Time and tide wait for no man. But what about the watches of G7 leaders? Let's tick-tock our way into their world. We're about to embark on a journey through time, exploring the watches chosen by the G7 leaders at the 2023 Hiroshima Summit. From Seiko to FP Journe, we've got an eclectic mix of timepieces on our list. Stick around to the end because we have an unexpected guest's timepiece and a peek into the extravagant collection of a certain Russian leader. This is a horological adventure you won't want to miss. Let's kick things off with the host of this year's summit, Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida. Now, Kishida is quite the character, known for his attention to detail when it comes to time management. This makes his choice of wristwear particularly interesting, the Astron GPS solar chronograph model from Japan's leading watch brand Seiko. This isn't just any old watch, oh no. This beauty was released in 2014 in a limited edition of 7,000 pieces. It's got a titanium case and a ceramic bezel with the names of major cities engraved on it. Need to know what time it is in Paris or New York? No problem, Kishida's got it covered. Here's a fun fact, the Astron line has quite the history. It's part of the legacy left by Seiko's predecessor, a repair shop established by Kintaro Hattori in 1881. Back in 1969, they released the quartz-applied Astron, which turned out to be a game-changer. This piece of horological genius brought about the quartz wave in the watch industry, shaking up Swiss luxury brands and putting Seiko on the map. But hold on, it's not all about functionality and history. This watch also stirred up a bit of controversy. Some folks in Japan felt it was a bit too pricey, costing around 330,000 yen, or roughly 3 times the amount of the COVID-19 pandemic subsidy per person. However, others argued that it wasn't too extravagant for a Prime Minister's watch. What a watch that tells more than just time. It tells a story of innovation, history, and a sprinkle of controversy. That's Prime Minister Kishida's Seiko Astron GPS solar chronograph for you. Alright, let's move on to our next leader, the US President Joe Biden. He's got a stunner on his wrist, a Rolex Datejust 41mm. This watch, my friends, is a classic. With a blue dial, a smooth bezel and Jubilee bracelet, it's got that clean modern look that says, "Hey, I'm the president. I've got style and substance." But this isn't just a watch for show. Biden wore this beauty during some pretty important moments. Remember Inauguration Day? Yep, you guessed it, the Rolex Datejust was there, ticking away as Biden took his oath. Well, that's enough about the US. Let's hop across the pond and see what's ticking on the wrist of our European leaders. Emmanuel Macron, the president of France, while not necessarily a watch enthusiast, possesses a notable collection of timepieces that range from the accessible to the more luxurious. During the 49th G7 Summit, he sported a Longines Dolce Vita timepiece, a stainless steel watch with a silver dial and quartz movement. This elegant and modestly priced watch speaks to Macron's appreciation for style and elegance that doesn't require an extravagant price tag. Macron also favors the French brand Marsh Lab, which became evident after he became friends with Joseph Chattel, one of Marsh Lab's investors. Ever since 2018, he was seen wearing the AM69 electric model. This quartz movement timepiece blends vintage design elements with modern technology. It's also worth mentioning that he has the Marsh Lab Dandy Mansart Electric Forest, a unique square-cased watch with a stunning green sunray dial. Even though Macron isn't known to be a flashy watch collector, he also has a diverse range of watches, including pieces like the Bell & Ross BR V1-92, which features the coat of arms of the French presidency, the Merci LMM01, a simple yet dependable field watch that runs on a Swiss-made Sellita SW210-1 automatic movement, and the Awake Concept G7 Le Bleu, a special edition timepiece made from recycled fishing nets and plastic bottles. This piece showcases his interest in innovative, eco-friendly designs, and he will always be known as the president with an appreciation for stylish yet accessible watches. The German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and the Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni also attended the 49th G7 Summit. Still, they left us with a cliffhanger. We had no clue what watches they were wearing. You'd think with all the watch-spotting enthusiasts out there, we'd have this intel. But alas, it's as if they've gone incognito in the timepiece world. Perhaps they're keeping us in suspense for a dramatic reveal down the line. As for Meloni, she left the summit early. Officially, it was to handle a flooding situation back home, but we can't help but wonder if she was just a tad bored with all the summit chit-chat and yearned for some real action. So here's to the mystery watches of the G7. May they tick on in anonymity until the day comes when we can finally put a name to those elusive dials. The 49th G7 Summit saw the presence of the dynamic Justin Trudeau, who leads Canada as its Prime Minister. Trudeau, the second youngest person to ever take office as Prime Minister in Canada, has the unique distinction of being a direct descendant of the former Prime Minister, his father Pierre Trudeau. Since assuming the leadership of the Liberal Party in 2013, Trudeau has carved out a significant role for himself on the global platform. However, our focus today is not on his political accomplishments, but rather on the intriguing timepiece he wore at the summit. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau sported a rather fascinating accessory at the summit, the IWC Portuguese Regulator. This watch, as elegant as Trudeau himself, stands out with its unique arrangement of separate dials for hours, minutes and seconds. A design tip of the hat to the precision of marine chronometers and observatory clocks. The timepiece, encased in stainless steel, has a silver dial and a crocodile leather strap, lending it an aura of sophistication. A striking detail is that it's no longer in production, making it a coveted item among watch collectors. This year, the summit stage was shared with a notable guest, President Volodymyr Zelensky of Ukraine. Zelensky's presence held exceptional gravity, as it occurred against the backdrop of intensifying tensions with Russia, and as the world leaders continued to ratchet up sanctions against the country. Zelensky, the charismatic Ukrainian president, is frequently seen sporting a Tag Heuer Carrera Caliber Heuer 01 watch. This high-end Swiss timepiece epitomizes Tag Heuer's dedication to technological superiority and groundbreaking aesthetics. The watch embodies the brand's trailblazing ethos, with its skeletal dial and sapphire crystal caseback, providing a captivating glimpse into the elaborate ballet of its automatic chronograph movement. It's a display of exactitude and artistry that keeps pace with the ceaseless dynamism of the man it embellishes. The G7 Summit was a stage for world leaders to address pressing global issues, and one of the main topics of discussion was indeed Russia's actions in Ukraine. While Russian President Vladimir Putin was not physically present at the meeting, it's safe to say his presence was certainly felt in the discourse. And as he wasn't there to showcase his timepiece of choice, let's take a look at what we know about his watches, which are a testament to his powerful and calculated persona. First off, Putin is recognized for owning an FP Journe chronometer bleu, a timepiece celebrated for its tantalum casing that bestows it with an exceptional and appealing blue shimmer. This upscale wristwatch comes with a manually wound movement, a 56-hour energy reserve, and a case measuring 39mm in diameter. The watch features a blue chrome dial that harmonizes with the casing, enhanced by mirror-finished steel hands. Also, the tiny second subdial, a distinguishing characteristic of FP Journe's timepieces, should not be overlooked. This watch embodies power and exactness, much like Putin himself. But that's not all. Putins Collection also includes a Patek Philippe perpetual calendar in 18-karat yellow gold with a hobnail bezel. It features a perpetual calendar, a moon phase display, and a 24-hour indication. And then there's the Arlonger und Söhne 1815 up-down in platinum, a watch that was created to commemorate Ferdinand Arlonger's birth year. With an up-down power reserve indicator and a starkly beautiful dial, this watch is a nod to the technical prowess of Arlonger und Söhne. In the end, these watches are reflections of their wearers, nuanced, precise, and revealing in their own right. Like the relentless ticking of time, world leaders make their mark, second by second, decision by decision.